the gamer gal. She's here, she's playing games. Linda the gamer gal. She's here, she's playing games today.
The very first game that I finished was Silent Hill 2 Remake. This is an awesome game. Literally, they did a good job. Bloober team knocked it out of the park. Basically, you are seeing James's story reimagined just a little bit. So you still have the narrative beats that are from the OG game, and I have played the OG game, so I was expecting the same one-to-one, back to back, but they changed a little bit of the story just to throw you off, kind of like how they did for the other like Resident Evil games, so you didn't know what was going to happen next 100%. And I enjoyed that. This is going to be a 10 out of 10. This is going to be a number, what I think at least 3 and above. So I'm not sure where it's going to end up after I finish all the games, but top 10 is definitely going to happen for Silent Hill 2 Remake. I am so glad that they told James's story in a beautiful light and they didn't destroy it. And I really think that if Bloober Team were to take another one, they would knock it out. So Silent Hill 3. Let's get Silent Hill 3 in this. After that, I played a game called Fort Solace. I streamed this on my channel, and basically it's a narrative game. Think of like The Quarry or Man of Medan. You have quick time events, and you have a guy who is kind of like Alien Isolation meets, I would say like Dead Space. Basically, you don't know what's going on, and so you're a guy who gets a distress signal from another team, and you go out there because you're like, let's just do this. They probably had something stupid happen, and literally you find out that no, there's actually something bad happening, and now you have to call for backup, and you're waiting for the backup to show up, and you're hiding from different places. And I enjoyed seeing all the narrative beats. I got all the collectibles because I wanted to platinum the game, and I wasn't bored. And so, if just a tip for anybody who wants to platinum this game, you have to watch every video all the way through. Don't stop the video because it won't count. Play it all the way through. If you read anything, read the email, open it up. Make sure you open up every email because that also won't count. Search everywhere that you find. There is open spaces out in the middle of nowhere, so check the surface of the planet. Definitely walk around. So if you like stories like that where you don't know what's going to happen next, you don't know where you're going, you're going to definitely enjoy this game. I recommend it for anybody who's into story-driven games. Another good one. So I mispronounced this game when I did my last video. It's Heart of the Woods, and basically this is also another story-driven game, but because I played it on the Switch, I couldn't platinum or get the achievements 100%. So what I did was I looked up what you needed to do or how many endings there were. And so the first playthrough is the bad ending no matter what. You're going to have multiple choices of a bad ending, but whatever you do, you're never going to get a good ending. And so I looked up and seen that you just have to fix your problems of what you did from the first playthrough. So I kind of just tried to remember what I did the first playthrough, and I got the good ending, and so I counted it as a finish because I did it 2 times and I got the good ending. So if you ever play this, it's got a spooky atmosphere. I didn't expect that because I started playing it in September, and when I did the first playthrough at the very end of September, I saw the horror of it and I was like, oh snap, I should have saved this for October. But it's okay because I finished the second run in October, so that's why I'm counting it in this video. So if you ever see it, I think maybe Limited Run had done a physical copy because I found it and I picked it up. But for sure, definitely a good game. And the last game that I finished was an RPG that I've been playing off and on for the month, and that was Visions of Mana. This is another great RPG. So basically, you are a soul guard, and your name is Val, and you are a young man who is tasked with getting the pilgrimage going for all the alms. Alms are picked from each town, and they're going to sacrifice themselves and give their energy to the tree and the goddess. And so you have to go through and go to every town and find where the alm is and take them along with you on the pilgrimage. Funny fact, not all the alms are picked, so you get to see, depending on which town you go to, if it's ready for you to go. The town does like a little bit of like a party kind of thing, also kind of like a hey, whatever fairy, please show up so that we can be celebrating this and getting it ready. What's weird is if the alm is not picked or the alm decides to say no, the town goes into like chaos. And so they all have to technically pick it just to be part of the story. And the Soul Guard doesn't go to the end, but helps them along the way because there's monsters everywhere you go. So the alms all are picked, and as you're going through, you find out that the previous Soul Guard somehow magically got put into like a realm state, and so you have to find out what happened with that Soul Guard who was always on the journey and never would have ever, taken that leap of like, why would they do that kind of thing? Like, they were always so gung-ho to do it, and then you have to find out what changed, what made them want to not do the actual pilgrimage, and then their city goes into chaos. So if you ever see it, I know it's on Game Pass, pick it up. Definitely play it. I don't know, I think this is my first Mana game, and I really am happy that this is my first one. I'm sad that the team kind of like left before they could actually see all the fun and everything like that go through and make more DLC and different things like this, but I have high hopes that I get to see another Mana game, and if not, I'll play one of the older ones because now I'm hooked. And like last month, we're going to have to do this thing where we kind of just go fast because I have a lot of games that I'm currently playing, and that's gonna be the way it is. The first two games are going to be Back to the Dawn and The Warriors. So Back to the Dawn is another RPG. I had put it on the back burner for just a brief second. I haven't dropped it, but I am slowly going through so many RPGs that I kind of like pick an RPG that I'm feeling the mood go for kind of thing, and this is on Game Pass, so if I don't see it later on, I could probably just pay for it and finish it later on. The Warriors also kind of thing, like I put it on the back burner because I didn't want to open up my PS4 and get it going and stuff like that, but it's definitely there. I still enjoy the game. I want to keep playing and finishing the game, and we'll see what happens next because Warriors come out to play. Then another two games are Paper Mario and Spider-Man 2. Paper Mario is another RPG that I've been enjoying, but I don't know if I'll finish it in time for the year to end. It might have to go on to the next one, but definitely a good game. I recommend this one. It's one of those games where if you liked Mario RPG, you'll kind of like it because it has the same mechanics a little bit. And Spider-Man 2, another Marvel DC game that was on the list of games that I had been recommended. I really dig this game. I want to keep going, but again, I have to like dig out my GameCube kind of thing, and have to play it, so that probably will be on the back burner for a little bit as well. Then again, an RPG and another game. So Rune Factory 3 Special and Braid. Rune Factory 3 Special, another RPG that I might not finish this year just because of the fact that it's a game that I've been playing and just slowly going through it because it's a simulator, it's a farming sim meets RPG. And Braid is another thing that I'm slowly going through, might be on the backlog and keep going for next year because again, I keep trying, I can't get through it. Like, I don't know why. Just the puzzles are just knocking me down, and every time I figure like, okay, let me look it up and watch the walkthrough again, I can't do it again, and I don't know. There's like 3 or 4 puzzles on each of like 2 levels that I have to finish, and I'm just not getting it, and I don't know why. So hopefully I can figure it out later on, but if not, again, it'll stay on the backlog. I'm not going to put this away. I want to keep going. Next is 2 RPGs, Dungeons of Sodarnia and Ring Lord Saga. They're both RPGs. Dungeons of Sodarnia is a dungeon crawler, and Ring Lord Saga is kind of like Ys 3. It's a top-down, old 8-bit style game. It's like a computer like RPG game, and basically each one is taking me so long because Ringlore Saga, I keep perishing. I keep trying to fight a monster and it just knocks me out and I have to restart because just like the old games, you don't keep your experience when you pass away. You just keep going and you have to keep earning more, and it just keeps making me go through everything. And then Dungeons of Sodarnia is a dungeon crawler that I just keep exploring the dungeon and not making it to the end, so we'll see what happens with that one. Then the next 2 games are the Capcom Fighting Collections 1 and 2. I really dig these games. I'm having a fun time playing through some of the fighting games. Definitely going to take me a while because there's several games on there and I'm having a fun blast with this. So I don't know, we'll just keep playing it and enjoying it. Then it is Deadpool. I started this on a stream. I had a fun time with it, and I really dig the game. It's a fun comedy, Deadpool, raunchy humor. If you like Deadpool or you like raunchy humor, this is going to be up your alley. I think I'm going to finish this game probably first before I finish like the Warriors or something like that, because I'm near the end, the last chapter. It's kicking my ass for sure. It's one of those games where it's like you get more difficulty spikes and stuff like that, but the last one is really, really, really pushing me to have to like figure out a strategy kind of thing, because there's an end part where there's like 3 big behemoth of a guys, and those guys like keep slamming the ground, and I don't know, we'll figure it out. And the last 2 games that I'm playing are Dead Rising 2 and Dead Rising 3. Both are taking time because I enjoy them. They're games that I streamed, but also games are really hard to figure out because, you know, the time factor and just like getting to a certain point in the game and I'm like, oh crap, I don't have any ammo, I don't have anything, I need to figure it out. And then I run into a situation of finding the zombies with, you know, whatever they have. They have like rocket launchers. I'm like, how did a zombie get a rocket launcher? That's what I always ask. Like, how did zombies get anything? And like, their brain function is working fine. I don't get it. Now we're at the dropped games section, and the first one is the Coma Recut. I was recommended this game and I thought, oh, this sounds so good. It sounds like Silent Hill or Resident Evil, and it's a 2D style game where you are a young man and you're in a school, and all of a sudden your teacher just goes cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and starts slashing everybody and going wild. The problem is I can't get the sneak stealth system mechanic down, and not only that, if she barely hears you, she finds you. The AI is too smart, and when you try to open up something in your inventory, you can't stop, she still attacks you. Even when you save, she still attacks you. So no matter what you do, you're still on high alert 24/7, and I wanted to like the game, but I can't. I hate games where you lose progress so bad to where you're just starting brand new over and over and over again. Yes, there's whiteboards everywhere to save, but if you can't save because she knocks you out, what's the point? So I am going to drop this game. I don't know if I'll ever pick it back up, but I don't know. Just one of those games I was like, oh well. This one's going to shock a lot of people, and I'm not surprised if everybody's going to give me hate in the comments for this one. Metaphor ReFantagio. I really wanted to try to like this RPG. Again, same thing. I got through the first part of the world. I'm level 1 and I'm walking through and I'm trying to avoid every monster, and every single monster is like ridiculously difficult. And I don't know why. Just like I try to get the dodge mechanic down, I try to do stuff, and it just, the opening credits and the opening scene was so epic and beautiful, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna really enjoy this. And I started playing it, and I hated the game. I raged so bad that I put it down. I don't know, I just couldn't get into it, and I feel like many people said this is their game of the year. I think it's a game that either you really like or you really hate. There's like no happy middle, and I'm one of the people that just raged with it. I just don't like it. So sorry, I don't know. I'm glad I only got it on Game Pass and I didn't pay for it and hate it, so I'm sorry. And this one is no surprise to anybody, but it is Catwoman for the PS2. I couldn't get into it. I tried my best. Again, this is a game that had 2 buttons, literally, for every single flipping thing, like R1 or L1. And so I tried my best to like the game, and just like, no, I can't with Catwoman. So if you like the game, kudos to you, but just not for me. And the next game that I'm putting down is You Suck at Parking. Again, this is a game kind of like a roguelite where you just have to keep going and going and going. And I try to get to the next part, earn more stuff to get to the next part. And I kind of just hit a wall. I'm like, I can't get any better. Like, the parking mechanics just sucking up all the time, taking too much time for me. So again, I like games like this, but if you give me other games like RPGs, I'll play those instead. So I enjoyed the game. I just don't know if I'll pick it back up anytime soon, because I think it's kind of like, you know, Bellagio. I'm just gonna keep playing the game and getting hour after hour after hour, and then go, oh crap, I haven't played any other games for the whole month, so I'm gonna stop that for a little bit. Last game that I dropped is Manhunt. I really enjoy Manhunt. It's just one of those games where if you don't play the level all the way through, you lose progress. And the combat is clunky, it's very difficult. There is men out there that they're really hyper and they just really knock you down. And I spent like, I don't know how many hours on a level, and I had to go do something because, you know, adulting, you know. I was adulting, adult life kicked my ass, and then I came back and I realized and I forgot. And I was like, oh man, you have to play the level all the way through or you lose the progress that you did. And that's one thing about OG Xbox PS2 games. A lot of them was you had to sit down and play everything all the way through. Once you got to the certain save point, then you could save and move on. But again, I forgot because I thought, oh, these little VHS tapes that I saved, I'm good, I can go. Nope, 100% couldn't. It was one of those things where it's just like, that's just how it is. So I enjoy the game. I had finished the game previously. I like it, but it's just not for me. And there you have it, everybody. That is all the games that I finished. Let me know, how was your October? Did you play any games? Did you enjoy anything? If you're new, please consider subscribing, giving it a like before you roll in out, and consider joining the channel. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you next time. Bye, everybody.
She's playing all night, from vintage to modern, she's the queen of the fight. From in San Diego to Grand Theft Auto streets, Oregon Trail to Oregon Trail, she's got the beats. Stand back, she's got the Genie in hand with VHS recording, she's in command. From 8-bit wonders to the latest craze, Linda the gamer gal, she's here to